rumor, at least I heard a rumor, that you used to be in a band, a heavy metal band, the Slayer and whatnot. From heavy metal to what?
Taylor Swift.
T-Swift, baby. You know?
Better get started.
I don't like your little games.
T-Swift.
I am a Swiftie.
I love it. And I will be honest, I am too.
But I got smarter, I got harder in the nick of time. Honey, I rose up from the dead, I do it all the time.
Yeah.
I check it once, then I check it twice. Oh, what you made me do. Look what you made me do.
And we have
Look
dance,
what
baby.
you made
Let's
me
go.
do.
Oh, hey, speak of the big guy.
Speak of the man.
Big guy.
Welcome to Midwest Mayhem. He is Chad Christensen. I am Tron Smith. And dude, I'm telling you, this is like the red carpet rollout.
I'll
dude.
tell you what.
I mean, I don't know what I did to. Let me ask you this, right? Think about this. You get guys like Jordan Spieth, right? And then there was a guy that played football here. His name was Seneca Wallace.
Ooh, yeah.
I mean, a
Mr.
great
Wallace.
football player
Oh, yeah.
and a great golfer.
Oh, yeah.
And we put them together and got the guy we're going to have on the show today.
Oh,
how do you
no.
pull that off? I mean, dude,
Only happens here.
I must be somebody. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, dude. I must be somebody. But today is going to be awesome, man. We get the opportunity to have Seneca Spieth on here from the region.
This is big.
And I tell you, my boy Sterling said he ain't going to join me, but we're going to have a
Oh,
conversation with him either way, whether he's in the shot or not in the shot. We're
Yeah.
going to get both those guys in there.
Love
but
it.
again, you know how we do it at Midwest Mayhem. We keep it real 100. We wouldn't be able to do that without Wilson Toyota, our great sponsor. That's Wilson Toyota, 2212 South Duff Avenue. Short drive from anywhere in the metro. And I always say it, man, if you want to be treated right, you can buy a car wherever you want. I mean,
You can.
Be honest. You can buy a car wherever you want. But if you want to buy a car and get treated the right way, if you want to feel like a part of the process,
Right.
100%, you have to make sure you come to Wilson
Right.
Toyota.
There's a reason we say the Wilson experience. There's a reason we say that.
You know what's funny is that, people see our commercials, and when they come in, they think it's just some commercial that we hired these two young girls. The crazy thing about that is I've been here for so long. I've watched Chloe and Sophie grow up, so it's kind of neat to see. These are real commercials. I mean,
Right.
The cool thing is kind of like our podcast. They don't sit down and try to figure out what they're going to say. They just roll and
Yeah.
then they just go.
They just
It's
go.
kind of a real thing. So again, you want to make sure you get treated right. Come on in, Wilson
Come on up here.
Toyota. Short
Check us
drive
out.
from anywhere in the metro. And I tell you, man, if you want to catch us online, right? I mean, you can always go.
Here we go, folks.
Now I'm gonna get this wrong. Usually I got a cheat sheet. Now I don't have a cheat
Oh,
sheet today.
no, we're in trouble today.
So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna say Twitter, and I'm gonna say
InstaChat?
InstaChat. Twitter and InstaChat is gonna be at Wilson Toyota. I think that's what that is. I'm probably right. And
You
I'm
are.
gonna say Facebook and TikTok is gonna be at Wilson Toyota of Ames.
That is correct.
I'm good. I don't know. Maybe if I'm wrong, put it up on the screen during the.
Where's our
Here's the
editor?
best thing about the way I do things. If I'm wrong, just fix it, right?
Well, you're big enough that if it's wrong, it doesn't really matter.
Who cares, right? We just want to make sure we get this right. But here's the deal, man. I know every time we get a special guest,
Yeah.
one of us have to go.
It's always me. There's not one of us. It's always
Okay,
me.
I'm getting in trouble here. It's Wilson of Ames. It's
Yeah.
InstaChat.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh.
okay.
And the worst part is, every time I get taken out of my seat, we get a vote up, and they always vote for the person who took my seat to be your next permanent partner. And I don't like it. I'm going to be honest. I don't like it.
I'm gonna tell you. So I spoke with Seneca earlier, and I told him, I was like, "Hey, you either kick me off or you can kick Chad off."
Oh, I
And
know
was
what he
like,
said.
He was like, "I can probably
He gets
replace
my-
you,
Yeah.
but I want to see what I can do about replacing Chad." So, I mean, it's
I do
guaranteed.
love a good challenge.
Well, you know what?
know?
I'll play golf with you. Trust me.
And look what happened. One of us went to the hospital, and one of us drove.
Yeah. One of us went for a brain injury, and one of us went for a brain. Right?
Listen, I'm sorry about that. We don't have to keep bringing it up. It just makes me feel bad. No. We don't even need to go there.
Here's what I'm gonna tell you. Don't take this next conversation personal.
Okay.
But get out.
Hey, no problem. When do you want me out? Like right now?
You know what? You couldn't be gone fast enough.
Hey, I just want to shout out to everyone there. I only got one more thing to say.
I'm gonna bring you back, so don't go
All
too
right.
far.
Hey, this is a big, big deal here. So everybody give a warm welcome out. Here we go.
Man, I don't know that I can bring the guy in any better than what Chad just did.
I said this already once, but I gotta say it again. I'm really not sure. They say lightning usually doesn't strike the same spot twice, but it 100% did, because here we have one of the dogs in the region. Seneca Spieth himself. What's up, dude?
What's up, dude?
Man, I always enjoy when you come here. I mean, listen.
Because I laugh at all your jokes?
Well, I don't know. I'm nobody. You don't have to laugh at the stuff. Half the stuff I can't say on this podcast anyway, so I won't. But here's the thing I love about you and the guys that come out of your region. Just normal dudes, right? I mean, you come in and, yeah, we got to talk business, but it's always good to hear about what's going on. I'm not going to bring up the smoker. I'm just as much as I want to have that conversation right now.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm going to let that one slide, man. I'm going to let that slide.
Right,
but I'm going to tell you
that.
what I do want to talk about.
Sure.
We have been really, really diving into SmartPath. Can you share with these folks, how does that look out of the region? I mean, what's the push on that deal?
So we are doing everything in our power to elevate the customer experience. We all represent Toyota. I represent Toyota. You represent Toyota. The Wilsons represent Toyota. And we want to represent Toyota in the absolute best way that we can. And we feel that SmartPath is the way to do that. Creates transparency. It lets customers desk their own deals. And it eliminates the back and forth. And it eliminates the all-day car deal that everyone absolutely dreads. Going into the dealership, this is going to be a long day.
Dude, the dealers have to be just knocking doors down to get this process, I would assume.
I would say that dealers are coming around to it.
Okay.
People genuinely don't like change, and the ones that change quickly do very well. Mm-hmm. And then there's always people that kind of bring up the rear end, and then they're being more reactive. And then they've missed the bus.
Yeah, you know what I say about being late. Definitely can't say that on here.
Yep.
But it's one of those things to where I shared with you earlier. One thing that I was going to share with the guys out there is I read an article about Bed Bath & Beyond filing for bankruptcy, and that's not the big twist of that story. The big twist of that story is why they're filing for bankruptcy.
Sure.
We talk about it for the last 2 or 3 podcasts about the world is changing. How people buy things. Here is a multi-million, maybe even billion-dollar company that sells something that we all use. Okay, there's something in Bed Bath & Beyond that everyone needs, 100%, right? So you have that product line. They are filing bankruptcy because they can't change.
Sure.
They didn't change fast enough with online. So now because they didn't adjust to where the consumer went, they now no longer have a company. We've been talking about SmartPath for the last 3 podcasts. Reality should be slapping some people in the face right now.
It should be, but here's a question I have for you. If you're going to go, call it, you want to watch a movie, what do you jump on to watch a movie right now?
I jump on Amazon or, it's anything that's streaming.
So you're saying you don't go to Blockbuster anymore?
Who?
Right.
What happened on the block? I think Tyrone and them was there, bro. I mean...
Pookie was there earlier trying to get a movie.
The last time I was at a Blockbuster, they was busting caps, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't deal with the Blockbusters.
They had a chance to buy Netflix when Netflix was just up and coming, and they passed.
Yeah.
And where are they today?
Yeah, who?
Yeah, who?
It's the inability to change.
Exactly.
Will stall anyone's success. Okay? You look at anyone that's successful. I share with it all the time on the podcast. You will either grow or you will die. It's everything in life. Trees, plants, people, it's just the way it is. So as an industry, if we're not looking for ways to grow, you better believe that we are dying off at a high rate. Why can't you keep salespeople? It's too difficult. You have to deal with people. I'm going to tell you right now, most of your salespeople are leaving stores because they can't cope. Most guys, you get anybody younger than probably me and you, they don't even know what a phone is, other than a text message or swipe left, swipe right. So when you have to interact with someone, SmartPath allows you to take those young, eager guys and just hand them what they're best at. Last time you've been to Apple Store, what happened?
Oh, man.
First thing they shove in your face is what? iPad.
Oh, absolutely. Here, log in, put your name in, we're going to call you up.
Those guys don't do anything but stand there and let you type on their iPad. Right. Every problem you have, everything right there. And guess where the solution comes? Right there. The only reason why that guy's there is to have great customer service and assist you if for some reason you can't figure that out.
Sure.
Okay, everywhere you look, that's what people are. Any industry, that's where the successful ones.
How many how many of your customers would you say shop online before they come into the store?
And this is probably not a real stat, but I'm going to be really close. I bet you over 90% of them.
So 90% of your customers are shopping online before they come in, and they're spending 18 to 20 hours shopping for a car. And then let's say you go to a store that's not a SmartPath store, and then you try to sell them a car with a piece of paper and a bunch of markers.
I'll see you later.
Yeah. I mean, is that really elevating the customer experience?
Let me tell you how cool SmartPath is, right? I'm talking about from a sales manager standpoint. My salesperson comes into my office. Hey, I have this guy on the phone. He's been on SmartPath. I pull this guy up in every single section that he's done. This guy has bought his car. We haven't touched him.
Right.
He's got his down payment. He's got his interest rate. He's got his VSA. He's got his auto armor. He's got everything done. And he's just saying, are you guys okay with that deal?
Yeah.
I don't want to do business that way. It just seems so difficult to me. I mean, I'm confused.
That's way too fast. Where are you getting over on me?
Somebody's getting robbed.
Somebody's getting robbed.
You know, and that's the thing. Just when you tell me that dealers aren't like, I mean, seriously, really just kind of just pulling a claw at this thing. I'm totally confused. I'm at loss for words, and you know that's tough for me to do.
That is tough.
So here's what I want to try to help people today.
Okay.
Right? I say this to all my salespeople all the time. I'm not always right, but I'm pretty right most of the time. Right? Mm-hmm. So I'm going to share this with the people. If I tell you a duck can pull a truck, shut up and hook the sucker up, man. Right? This thing is real, dude.
Sure.
This thing is flawless. This thing is great. This thing is it's everything that you would ever want in any kind of tool you can put together. And I just can't see any reasons why we wouldn't do that. You share with me, man, nobody wants to change. Well, change or be broke.
Agreed. What are some of your favorite tools within SmartPath?
Oh, dude, how much time you got? I don't got a lot, so don't, you know. So what I did today, and it's just weird. I don't know why I have this note. I don't know who this. This is cheating, all of them. I can go tool to tool, and there is a section to every single part of that tool. That is let's just talk chat. Let's just talk the chat function in general.
Okay.
I'm going to have a conversation with my salesperson and the customer, right? I have the opportunity to make myself or my salesperson either look great or look bad. And I can play the whole time like I have no idea that the customer's reading it. Mm-hmm. Hey, could you just let the customer know that I would be a nice guy to you, but, this, that. I mean, you have all these things that you can play with, and the salesperson never leaves. I can load everything that I need to. I can desk and TO at the same time.
And your salesperson never leaves?
No.
So you're not, as a customer, you're not pulling up your smartphone, Googling what your trade is. You're not looking up what the guy across the street has. You're just focusing on your relationship with your sales consultant, and then you're buying a car.
Dude, this thing is so express. By the time you get your phone, we're done.
Right.
I mean, this is what I'm trying to get people to understand. They're done before they even start. I mean, you literally name, phone. You don't have the time to get into how TFS connects into this thing. You mean if a customer already has an account with Toyota, I get everything. Their payment, their payoff, if they got a VSA, if they have gap insurance, it's all right there. And I'm ready to roll right now to the point where I'm like, dude, the only thing I need you to do is verify that red is okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, so how many dealers? Do you have room? Are they making enough iPads for people to be on SmartPath right now?
I think that the iPads are available.
Oh, okay, I didn't know if Apple was. Can we get a cut of this? Okay, no, not probably. Well, I'm gonna have to ask Sterling about that one. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he knows somebody that knows somebody because I want to get my cut of that.
Perfect.
But you think about it, you got a chat function. The payment grid. Oh my goodness. So you get lease. You get all the terms. You can control all the terms. You control all the rates. You can control all the downs payments, all the fees. You get to control every single bit of it. The consumer gets to control it when they're on the iPad. The dealer gets to control it before they get there, right? So just so everybody knows, you're going to get in there. You're going to have a conversation with Toyota. You're going to set all the parameters before it starts.
Sure.
Okay. Now the consumer gets to control where it goes from there. Man, it all shows up right there. I have a cash option. Right, so I can get in there. If I want to pay cash, I can flip to that. If I want to finance, you want to talk about getting really to the bare bones of this thing, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84, you name it, it's in there. You can change it, get it done, get all that. Dude, you never have to leave. You're done already.
And it accurately pencils your retail and lease deals for you.
Oh, so you mean the guy that
brainlessly?
The guy that just started last week. He's a professional. He's a genius.
So you're not looking up money factors or residuals.
No. The tool does it for you.
It does it for you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just going to call a spade here. It's not free.
No.
You know what? That's a lie. It is free.
It is free.
Man, if it saves you time, which is going to save you money, if it saves you confusion, which is going to save you money, if it makes your customer comfortable to the point where they want to come back and do business with you more and more, then it saves you money, then it's free. And I don't care what the dollar amount is. Man, if I can get to my car deal and I can sell 2 cars instead of 1 car, and I got 2 happy customers instead of 1 really ticked off customer, man, not only did I save you money, I made you money. So I don't care whatever the price tag is. It's really a free product. I'm so glad you're here. I'm just confused, man. I mean, I'm confused.
Well, we're spreading the word the best that we can, and we also have very supportive people like you that are helping us to spread the word. So eventually, we'll get everybody on board.
Hey, man, well, here's what I'm going to tell you. I will have a conversation with whoever you want. You know me, I'm an easy guy to talk to.
I appreciate
right?
that.
I believe what I believe, and it is what it is, right? And what is that, Popeye? What did Popeye say? I am that I am? I could be wrong there.
I am
Last time
what
we had
I
a
am.
conversation, it went wrong. So we're not going to have a conversation about that, right? Singing some song, we're not going to bring it up. But we have to make sure that at all costs. So I am all on board. If anybody wants to talk to me, I'd be curious to have a conversation with anyone. I want to know why guys aren't on. I want to hear every single issue that they have. And I think it's important that they talk to a dealer that's actually doing it. Now, nobody made us do it. It was an option for us,
Sure.
just as it was for everybody else. The difference was I keep an open mind. Because I told you a story in my office, right? I'm going to share it with everybody else.
Please.
It's 3 guys sitting in the garage.
Yep.
Right? One of those guys said, hey, guys, I'm going to take this water, I'm going to put it in this bottle, and I'm going to sell it. 2 of those guys said, dude, you're crazy.
You're crazy.
Right? But that one guy that did that, he's sitting on the beach right now.
Yes, he is. He's doing very well.
So don't be so quick, set to say things don't work.
Yeah.
Have an open mind, and I'm going to tell you, SmartPath is the future, and if we don't get on right now, who are we going to end up with at the end of the night?
And it's a tool that I think is so cool because you bundle up the majority of the processes all into one screen. You start here and you work your way through, and you get the payment grid, and you can lease, you can retail, you can put your down payment in, you choose the path that you want to go down. Oh, and then by the way, this next screen, this is how we're going to protect your vehicle, because ultimately we are the steward of our customer's ownership experience, and those products and services are important. And you can customize your vehicle in
100%.
there. Maybe you're buying a new Tundra, and maybe I want some running boards. Maybe I'd like a whole lift kit on the deal. Guess what? You can do that within there too.
And you get your payment.
And you get your payment
Right
all
now.
calculated for you.
You don't have to say, well, let me go see what that does to your payment. Okay, wait, I'll be back.
Yeah.
Hey, I need floor mats. Well, let me go see what that does to your payment. Well, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that. It's all right there.
And then there's functionality in it that's not even really built into it. Customers, they come in the door and their anxiety is really high. Mm-hmm. And then guys like Chad, they spend all their time calming them down, getting them to do it, and SmartPath is helping, and they're making it super easy. And then that anxiety level goes down, and then all of a sudden they bought a car, and they did it in half the time.
Time is the key to this.
It's
just
so
you know.
important.
I mean, guys like Sterling that go out and they do everything about e-commerce, and he's doing all this great work about web and how does it work and how do people think and how does the customer want to function online, and that's where the future is. That's why a guy like Sterling is so important to this whole process, because there's a guy that understands how the consumer feels from the website of it. Mm-hmm. Right? Me and you, we just boneheads. I have no idea.
Nope.
Dude, I can barely get my phone to work. I can tell you, Riley will tell you, I have no idea. Yeah. My son, he'll say, Dad, that's stupid. You can't do that. Okay, that's not Sterling. Sterling's the kind of dude, he'll take your computer apart before you know it. He'll be watching you and you didn't know.
Yeah, and
he's that kind of dude.
looking at you like,
that's kind of weird, man. But you need guys like that, because that's where it's going. And you brought up something about SmartPath that I totally missed, and I was going to get into it. And I promise you on our next podcast I will dive into these things. But the menu for accessories. How many accessories, dealers, GMs, owners, GL sales managers, how many accessories are you not presenting to your customer? Because sometimes we just forget, we get in a hurry. But what if it's all just laid out for you?
Right.
What if they have to go to that next screen and it's like, okay, now that you purchased your car, did you remember floor mats? Did you remember door edge guards? Did you remember lift kits? Did you remember running boards? Did you remember all this? And now they have this full menu that you don't have to worry about anybody actually presenting it. It's presenting itself.
So purchasing a car is the second largest purchase next to a
House.
Next to a house. And you're saying that, and then there's a lot of ego built into cars. Like people love their cars, they want to customize them, and they want to make them their own. And having the ability to put accessories and wheels and all this stuff just built in there, rolling into the payment, and I'm out the door.
Just like that.
Yep, just like that.
Man, we can do this all day. And I was going to do that, but Chad's giving me the eye. And Sterling is guaranteeing me that he's not getting on this thing. But I'm going to introduce Sterling, and I'm going to get him on here. And I really want to kind of pick his brain about how this is affecting from an e-commerce standpoint. How do dealers, I think he should share with the dealers what things they can start prep. If they're not on SmartPath, I think he'll be a good guy to say what they need to be doing to prepare themselves and all that stuff. He says he's not coming on, but he is. But here's the deal, man. Seneca Spieth with the Kansas City region, man. I can't thank you guys enough, dude. We dogs, man. You're one of the coolest dudes that I've met over there, and it's just been awesome to be able to work with you through leasing. Anytime, man, you want to come in and roll, I would love to have you here. And I'm gonna tell you, man, get a Traeger. All right, stop.
I'm going to get a Traeger.
Get a Traeger.
I'm going to get a Traeger.
I don't know, man. That foil thing, and I can't get down with that.
Don't pick on me.
I mean, you'd be better off cutting a tree down and just using the wood.
I'd have been better off going to McDonald's.
They got the McRib. I don't know if it's real smoke, bro, but I'm just saying.
Or if it's real meat. We don't know. We don't know what's in that.
Man, that's ground up spam, dog. I'm telling you, that's what it tastes like. Anyway, so I'm sorry, McDonald's. It's my fault. But no, man, anytime, man. Enjoy what you guys do over at the region,
cool.
man.
Thank you.
Say anything we can do to help with SmartPath.
Awesome.
I'm all in, dude. I'm in it to win it.
All right, cool.
So,
Thanks
all right, I got to kick you off. I got to see if I can. I don't know how much money it's going to cost me to get Sterling in this thing. Here's the thing about Sterling, man. I'm just going to talk about him until he gets up here, right? Sterling comes up. He's too cool. He's the coolest dude that you know, and he comes in and he want to talk to you. He give you this crazy handshake like he's trying to rip your hand off.
This is the problem. You're putting me on the spot, and you know that I haven't done any of the proper preparation to do the podcast justice.
You don't have to prepare, man. It's Sterling. Wait, hey, listen. What are you gonna prepare for? You can't get any better than that, man.
I wanted to come in with stats. I wanted to come in with figures. I wanted to talk about it as like a national deal. I wanted to come in and kind of, add a feather or two to the cap.
Hey,
what I mean?
If you want to be that technical, man, you got to go somewhere else, bro. This is Midwest Mayhem, dog. We liable to be talking about macaroni and cheese with hot dogs in it, man.
Hey, you know what? That's gourmet. That is gourmet. That is gourmet. Pinky, if you eat it with the pinky out, that is gourmet. I'm telling you what.
I used to drink Kool-Aid that way, man. That ain't gourmet, bro. So bougie.
Out of a teacup? Out of a...
Hey, just because of finger, man, it's still that what was that nasty orange drink?
Oh,
just say orange.
Tang.
Still wasn't good, bro.
Now, can you imagine that Tron, relaxed, sitting down, drinking tea out of a teacup with a little saucer,
dude?
And it's
So my daughter,
I can imagine that.
My daughter, I would sit and have tea parties. My daughter Shania, here's the. You got girls. You got to do things differently. I don't care how big you are. You become just the biggest wimp when you got a girl. I mean, I had tea party. Now, I didn't tell you. I didn't wear a dress. I made my son do that. Right? But sorry, dog. But you got to do stuff like that. So there's a thing out there. You got to do that. If you're a dad, you got a little girl. That's part of it.
And I hear for dads, daughters are the world. Sons can run around, do all kinds of crazy stuff, but daughter, hey, no, my daughter. Oh my God.
That ain't true.
Relax.
You can't say that. We get people, yelling. I think it's just different. This ain't got nothing to do with SmartPath. That's what's happened at Midwest Mayhem. Ain't got nothing to do. This is what's wrong with you, Sterling. This ain't got nothing to do about. And you about to get hit with a pen.
I'm about to get pen.
The thing I will share you with this. It is different, right? I think when it comes to girls versus boys, my sons, they'll go outside, they'll get a stick, they'll play all day. Nothing. They don't care. You won't see them. My daughter, I mean, it's like every 5 minutes. Dad, look. Dad, watch. Hey, Dad. Hey, look. And I think your daughter just wants you to be there. It's kind of dealing. Your son's like, dude, just get away from me, bro.
Yeah, I got the stick. I'm fine.
It's the thing, man.
There's mud over here. I'm fine. Imagination.
I'm burning an ant with my glasses. Okay, forget it. So anyway. Okay, now that we're there, we can talk about.
I see myself in the crosshairs of this pen over here. I could feel her locking in.
Dude, and she's like, it's like she got a scope on that thing, man. So here's the thing. Do this for me. Tell us a little bit about your part in the region and how it's playing a part with SmartPath right now.
So I don't know how much time we have left.
We got minutes.
Minutes.
But you can get it done.
Cool. I can get it done in that. I saw the time. Shot clock. Go. All right. Put it up. No, I'm just kidding. The way I started off was kind of like a glorified IT person. And you remember those days of SmartPath when it was an app, essentially. We'd come in. We'd make sure people had tablets charged. Make sure, the app firmware was up to date. And it's kind of evolved from that. Now, we're interacting with salespeople about kind of changing the whole process of what an interaction looks like. Like some people have been so coached to that mentality of having to go back and walk back and forth to the tower. Literally, it's like they're getting nervous legs while they're talking to you in SmartPath. It's like you can relax, have more of an enjoyable conversation with the customer, get water, do all those kind of details that are necessary. So now it's a little bit more of like a cathartic experience dealing with salespeople, hearing their biggest objections, kind of overcoming them, working with them, and making sure stuff runs okay.
So man, I'm so glad that you share that with me because we've had this conversation. And the one thing that I want to share with other dealers that are thinking about SmartPath, or maybe they're a little hesitant about SmartPath, the one thing that you said that I really want to just put out in front of people, we came in. Right? You said we came in. And that was the thing that I appreciated so much is that every time we had anything going on, you guys did show up. You showed up in full force, 4 or 5 guys. Hey, what's going on? How do we fix it? Let's record it. You got a guy in, somewhere else that can fix it on the phone. And I wanted, as we go through this process to get it correctly, it's going to take what you're doing right now to actually make our CRMs and DMSs kind of get on the same page as SmartPath. But it was real important that you guys came in and helped, and that made it seamless. To be honest with you.
Well, I mean, it really starts with you guys, and I mean that we're it is a metaphor. Like we're suit salesmen. And you guys, we have to tailor make a custom suit that fits your style and makes you guys look good.
Yeah.
And it was very, very easy interacting with you guys because everybody in here is very open-minded and dialed into the point in which they know what they do and how to do it the best way they can. So it made our job very, very easy to come in here and just say, okay, we're training to this process. We're doing it your way.
Yeah.
So
well, here's what I'm going to tell you. But for you and Seneca and everybody else in the region, I'm just going to help you. And I know some guys don't want me to say this, but I don't know if you ever listen to my podcast. I really do just say what I want to say. The dealers that don't want to do this, they do not have a process already. They have no idea how to start, what to do, and things like that. And that's their biggest hesitation. I don't think that they don't want to change. I think they don't know how to change, and they're afraid of what's going to unfold if you do that. See, a little difference is we had a process. You guys came in, we were able to write our process for you, and you guys just applied it to SmartPath. Some dealers don't have a process. It's like hire a guy and hope he can sell cars. So that's the one thing I would share with you guys as you go through. At some point, you may have to start also writing a process for these guys for SmartPath, right? I got to have a process so I can apply it to SmartPath, kind of a deal. So just be aware of that. I mean, the more I hear you guys and we talk, just going off the record, a lot of that is not knowing what you're doing right now, so it's hard to really change into something that makes sense. So just kind of give some thought, man. I think it's great. I'm getting the clock. Of course, I always get the clock on this deal, which is all right. I'll tell you, man, you and I have become really good friends. I mean, you're just extremely knowledgeable. The cool thing about having the region, available to you is you know who to call depending on what comes up, and you guys always return a call, and we appreciate you guys doing that. I appreciate you, just coming in and hanging out and just being you, man. That means a lot. No fake to you, just come in and be yourself. So we appreciate you. The next time I ask you to be on my podcast, we shouldn't have to argue about it.
No. As a matter of fact, I'll come back and I'll give you more time and answer more questions more specifically. But thank you for having us. It's a great platform. Thank you.
I'll hold you to it, man. Hey, remember, you heard it first here on Midwest Mayhem. We appreciate you again. At Wilson of Ames, Twitter and all that, just post it up on the thing. But one thing I can tell you for sure, if you want to get down with the get down, hang out with the big dog. That's at Big Strong, 2 G's when you're as big as I am, and at Big Strong 1 on that Insta chat. Hey, thanks again for joining us, Midwest Mayhem.
Oh my God! Oh, man!
If you don't put it up there, I'm gonna forget. I'm telling you right now.
Did I not call 2 G's when you're as big as me? I'm Big Strong